Hey everybody, it's Tony Robbins. Listen, I hope you're having a magnificent day. I'm back here in Florida after 9 countries in 11 weeks. But I want to reach out to you just for a moment because many of you know I've partnered with my dear friend Dean Graziosi over the last few years. I've known Dean for about 14 years. And he's an amazingly successful guy. You know, he started with absolutely nothing. And I remember when I first heard about him, a friend wanted to introduce me to him, and I was like, is that the guy in those infomercials? And I was so bad I judged him. I used to hate when people did that to me. But it's like, you know, it's funny when you see somebody in that environment. And then I got to know Dean, and my respect for him grew and grew and grew. And so the reason I'm reaching out today is because he's come out with a new book that I love, and it's called The Underdog Advantage. It's really how do you take, you know, what you think is your disadvantages and then turn them into kind of your superpowers, if you will. And you know, believe it or not, I was the underdog. I know it might be hard for you to believe now. I'm 6'7", this monster guy traveling around the world doing this stuff with millions of people. But, you know, most of you know I grew up with absolutely nothing. I was 5'1" in high school. You know, I'm 6'7" now. I tell the people the difference is personal growth, right? But the principles he talks about here is that when you're an underdog, and most of us felt like an underdog at some point in our life, it's a real advantage because, you know, you don't have this bar to jump over. It doesn't matter what people think. You can do things on your own level. And the underdogs, the stories in here, are people that were super underdogs and became super successful. They weren't part of the Lucky Sperm Club. Nobody gave it to them. They created it from scratch. And I just find it really inspiring. And, you know, I get all kinds of books and people all recommend them. And sometimes I'll give a quote if I really like the book. But I wanted to give you a shout out because I enjoyed it that much. And I think you will as well. So pick up The Underdog Advantage, Dean Graziosi's book, and see what you can dig in there to figure out whatever you thought is your limitation might be your biggest strength. And that's not just positive thinking, it's really strategic. This book is not just inspiration, it's also wisdom and tactics that can make a huge difference. So check it out, all right? Take good care.